Hey there guys, welcome back to another 7.2 video. We are doing easy path for completion for 7.2.2 and we will be attempting power shield, life transfer and spectre of ailment path. So if you're not aware about the nodes, power shield is you do not do any damage to the opponent with your basic attacks, but your special attacks deal extra 400% damage. Life transfer is whenever you damage the opponent, you gain back a part of that as HP, and also there's going to be special burst lockdown. So whenever the defender is going to use a special attack, you are going to be heal blocked and armor broken for 6 seconds. So you just need to make sure that you don't use your specials, because though you'll be heal blocked, you will not gain back from life transfer HP back. Now any champion can work here with big SP2 damage. So your Archangel, your Molemans, your Corvus, your Ghost, all of them work. But I would suggest you to bring in champions that have a power gain as well. So for example, Hyperion would be good. Magic will be good because she can lifesteal. Blade will be really good here because he can gain power while the opponent is bleeding. Same goes for Thor Ragnarok, Mordu. So champions that have easy access to power gain would make this part shorter and quicker. And the bosses are going to be White Magneto, Tigra and Guardian. We'll be attempting Guardian, so he's all about his armor, so we'll discuss about him more in detail once we get to the fight. But before we jump into the part guys, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel and turn on those post notifications. All of that really helps me out a lot. The first fight is going to be against a Black Widow at the origin. Just be careful about her evade. I would suggest you to only use your heavy attack with Archangel when she is stunned or parried, so you can make sure that she gets some neurotoxins. Once you have neurotoxins, you can go in and start hitting her. I do play this fight like really badly and I take a lot of damage, but because this life transfer is no biggie, I will just use a special and I will get back all of my health. And yes, you can bring her down easily. Any other champion will work as well that have easy access to specials. I would again suggest you use champions that have power gain so you can cycle through the specials more quickly. Next up is going to be a long shot. Now I'm just going to use a hit monkey so I can do criticals on the SP2 and do more damage, because the criticals will be multiplied with 400% as well because of power shield. So that's another option to go if you have champions that have guaranteed criticals on special, so you can use that in them as well and you can kill off your opponent. Now I would suggest against Longshot, do not push him to an SP2 because you might miss one of them while dexing and you will die very quick. So always keep him to an SP1 and keep spamming your specials, and because of power shield he will die quick, and life transfer will keep helping you out. Next fight is against a Miles Morales. Now he will have those evade charges. Again, do the same thing, just parry and use 3 hit combos and build up to an SP2. I am using Blade. Every time I parry, I will bleed the opponent and that will give me more power. So all I'm trying to do is to build up to an SP2 and then parry and use my SP2. And the bleeds will give me back another SP2 almost instantly. And I can just spam 2 of them very quickly and kill him off, and those bleeds will also multiplied by 400% power shield and do extra damage. So Blade can really run through this path and do a great rampage against all the defenders. Another great option can be Magic, because Magic on her SP2 will steal power, so she can easily run through her special 2 again and again very quick. So you can use her as well. I am just going to play slow until I get an SP2 and then I will let it rip, and that will power lock my opponent and give me power, and that will also help me use specials in quick succession. And with power sheet I will do extra damage and will bring down Phoenix very quick. So the only thing you need to take care about Phoenix is not to give her an SP2 and give her those Phoenix charges. Otherwise, when she's about to die, she will regain a lot of health and you will have to do it all over again. So just be careful about that. Magic is the perfect counter. You can use other champions as well. Just use their specials to keep her power in check, and that's about it. This fight is going to be probably the most annoying one, Black Panther Civil War. Now, you can parry him unless he does not have a armor up buff on him, because now as he has armor up buff, if I parry him, he's going to reflect the stun back to me and he's going to give me a lot of hits and I might die. What I'm trying to do here, I brought in a power gain champion that have power gain buff, and I'm gonna spam specials without parrying, without touching. So I'm gonna use an Hyperion's SP3, get these charges up, and then I'm just gonna spam my SP1. You can do something similar with Modu as well. You can also do something similar with Vision Arcus as well. If not, an easy counter is going to be Corvus Glaive as well, because whenever you stun, he armor breaks and you can always land the parry on Black Panther Civil War. If not, you can also use other champions. You just have to hold your block. As soon as he uses a heavy attack, you retaliate after that, and that works fine as well. Your Mole Man is a good example. Also, you can use Thor Ragnarok, because as soon as there is 20 hits on his meter, he will gain power and you can use for quick specials. So again, it's a very easy path. It's depend what kind of champions you want to use. So I again say that power gain champions work the best here because they give you more specials in a short amount of time. Now the final defender before the boss is going to be a Medusa. Now the only thing that will keep annoying you is either her specials are very high damage or her auto block. So you can bring in a champion that will negate an auto block. So I'm talking about your Killmonger, I'm talking about your Angela, any champion that has true strike and can negate auto block. So you can bring those. If not, then another way is I'm just using Blade, and whenever she has 3 furies, I just use 2 hits. She auto blocks, I go back, and then as soon as I get an SP2, I drop it in, and the bleeds will do extra damage. You can do the same, and you can bring in Mole Man as well. Keep your monster mass to 8 and you will have that true strike. Activate your frenzy and then you can lay into her as well. So it's quite a few options you can use and kill her off very quick. And the boss fight is going to be against a Guardian who is very easy to deal with. So he's a metal champion. I'm going to bring in a Magneto, build up to an SP3 and have 40 prowess charges and use my SP3. Now I might not damage him with much with the initial armor breaks, but the bleeds will give him a lot of damage. So if you don't know, if there's a champion with a lot of armor and he can bleed, always bring in a bleed champion because bleeds will ignore armor. So if I bring in Mole Man here, he will work also really well here, and same goes for other bleed champions. Even Blade can work here really well. Now other champions that you can bring in that can have armor break, so I'm talking about your Corvus Glaive or your Angela. They can armor break easily the opponent, so they can work really well against Guardian. And also nullifiers like Black Widow Clairvoyant or Doom or other nullifiers will work as well here. So only thing you need to be taking about is the nodes on this fight on Guardian. So they're going to be power shield, so he will only take extra damage from your specials, and from basic attack he will not take any damage. Also there's going to be true strike and aggressive armor, so every 2 seconds you don't hit him, he's going to gain an armor up buff, and that's going to increase his tankiness. So yeah, you just need to be taking about that. You will notice here I will use an SP3 once, and the initial burst will not do him much damage, but the bleeds will really give him a lot of damage. So again I go for the same. I try to use an SP2 here so I can give him a lot of critical damage, but the RNG wasn't in my favor. I did not crit much, so I have to go back again, build up an SP3 and kill him off with that. That prolonged the fight, but again it's a simple and easy fight. Just control the armors or bring in nullifiers or bring in bleed champions and Guardian will die very quick. Just keep him to an SP1, no need to push him to an SP2, and that's about it guys. He dies very quick. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and you found it helpful. Next up will be 7.2.3 that we will do the Rust and Ruin path. So stay tuned guys for easy path of completion for the next one. And if you like the video, leave a comment below, give a thumbs up. I would love to hear from you guys. And apart from that, I hope you all have an amazing day and I'll see you next time.